Hey, what's up, you everyone? Today we're gonna be doing a new air slash something. Cause right now I was not really feeling for r slash entitled parents. So today we're gonna be doing r slash paranormal, and we're gonna be having a lot of stories, and I'm gonna read them. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Orbs or something else? Hi, I just wanted to make a comment. Hey, I would like to let you know that a little longer than 3 years ago, I had to go to the hospital. During my stay at the hospital, I had a paranormal experience that I haven't been able to forget. The experience changed my life in a way I had never thought possible. Ever since the day, I see all kind of things: orbs, shadows, and entities. The entities are the most intriguing ones. I can sense them and even communicate with them. I'm aware that these entities were people alive at some point. I told my son and daughter about these things. I told my son and daughter about these things I was seeing all the time, but they didn't believe me. I understood. I wouldn't have believed it either. This got to the point in which my son suggested I should go to see a doctor, a psychiatrist, to be more precise. At the point, started questioning my own sanity, so I went home and got my old video recorder. It was very old video recorder, but I had night vision. I've been seeing with my own eyes all this time. That video recorder stopped working about 5 days after I started using it. I had to buy 3 new security cameras, and that's what I'm using now. Now, to comment I originally wanted to make. I've recently noticed some lights in the room, but they don't behave like normal orbs. These lights go across the room, but they can make sudden changes in the direction. And they travel much faster than the regular orbs. At this moment, I've reached the assumption that these lights are the shadows I've been seeing all the time. I haven't reached a conclusion due to their movement and speed. There's one thing that bothers me about this theory. All the shadows I see are so dark that even in an extremely dark room I can see them going across the room. It's nothing similar to the orbs, balls of light I normally see, which are light, and they are different colors like blue, white, red, and gold. What confuses me the most is that these shadows appear to be light, but they are so much faster than the orbs. I cannot call these lights in the video orbs because they are different and they don't behave like regular orbs. I'm posting for a few of those videos, so please take a moment to make a comment. The first video shows a regular orb. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw that. Those are a lot of orbs, or like maybe like a flies. I don't know. These next two show what I think there are 2 shadows I've been seeing. I don't see shadows as often as orbs. I only see about 15 to 20 shadows during the day and more often during the night. Just one question: why are you laying on like you don't have a bed? It's fine though. In the next videos, notice these shadows. Okay, so shadows. Where are shadows? I don't really see shadows. Am I the only one? Oh god! Okay. I've seen that. Now in the last... Okay, so this is another one. So those things that... Okay, I see them. Okay, those are really weird things. Now in the last video you will see... Oh my god, this guy scared me, really. Now in the last video you would see in the first 2 seconds of the video a large light rising from the desk and flying out the room through the ceiling. What I actually saw at the moment was a shadow rising from the desk. In my opinion, this substantiates my theory about shadows coming out of video as light. So desk, so this thing, right? Okay. I don't know what that is. I think it's weird that you see shadows and like entities and random people around, but yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Okay, and next one. A paranormal experience. Hello. In 2015, my now ex-girlfriend sent me this picture taken through the security camera of her apartment. To give her a backstory to the whole paranormal experience, the building she lived was an old communist apartment complex, 9 floors, high built, in the late 80s. Her apartment was on the 9th floor. The elevator was broken for nearly 10 years, and every single day she had to walk up and down the staircase. We spoke about it, and she told that due to an unknown reason, the elevator couldn't be repaired. And she was happy because she would exercise when talked about how boring it can be to say. We talked about how boring it can be to see the same stairs at the same apartment door, but then she told me that almost most of the time she felt watched. I believe that someone agrees in paranormal, and then I've admitted that that building was creepy. We talked and decided That was her imagination. Probably we scared ourselves, but every now and then she wouldn't tell me that she saw something moving out of sight when she reached the 7th or 8th floor. The movement came from behind, a surface door again. She brushed it off as her imagination. One day she was home alone. We were talking on the phone until both I heard a knock on the door. At first she thought it was one of our neighbors, so she said would go and answer the door. I see what the individual wanted and then call back. 5 minutes later she sent me a picture with the message. Can you see it? I was like, yeah, sure, you have a nice camera. To which she spelled, no you dummy, look at the surface door, it's opened. At first, when I saw the figure, that small girl instantly called her back. A knocking continued for the rest of the day, but she didn't respond because she was too scared to check the door again. This happened at 14. I'm sharing this story now after seeing some video about creepy photos. What do you guys think? Let's see. I don't know. For me, it doesn't really look like a girl. I don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't really look like a girl to me. So yeah, you guys say in the comments what you think this is, because for me it doesn't really look like a girl. It looks like a person, because I don't see anything like girly features here. So yeah, I think it's weird though that you see a random person that's like ghostly inside a doorway that's never opened. But otherwise, I don't know if if that should be a girl. Okay, we're at another one. Weird shadow on a camera. Okay, so for the holiday I bought my father an Amazon Blink XT security camera for his house. It only records when manually activated or triggered by motion. The other night my father sent me this video. The front light of the house is not on. Any light is either from the street lamps or just the night vision on the camera. When the camera does capture audio, there's none on this video outside ambitions. I'm not sure how shadow formed without light source, but it does look like it's formed to the left and darks to the front door. We've seen bugs, they don't move like this or cast shadows like this. I'm skeptic, but I thought maybe some here can help apply some debunking techniques. Thanks in advance. Okay, we're gonna look at the video. Ew! Yeah, that looks really weird. It could be a leaf or a bird, but it's like, I don't know, it looks really weird for me. So yeah, I don't know. It could be something, but it could also be like a really big leaf or something, or a bird. Even though like birds don't fly so close, doesn't matter. So we got another one. Help! My house is haunted? ? Sorry, new to Reddit and I have no real proof yet. I can't think of anything else to do with what has been happening in my home lately, other than to write it all down. I'll put it somewhere. If you don't believe in this stuff, that's fine. I don't want people to tell me my whole family's mentally ill or what's going on here. I've lived in a home that my husband and I rent for 6 years now. It's an unimpressive home on the corner of 2 streets in the deep south. We live in a small town in Mississippi. He's from the area. I'm from New York. There's a few neighbors close around us. A graveyard across the street, and lots of dogs and cats and critters always scurrying around. Odd things have happened the entire time we've been there, but they all had been very easily explained as something else. A cabinet left open. My autistic daughter was the likely culprit. You close it and go on with the day. The door's open and you had to shut it. A hat cast through the entire stay, sometimes fell off a shelf. Things like that happen. Sometimes no matter where you live, we've never gave it so much thought till recently. My daughter is a very innocent, pure-hearted girl, but she did go through a phase where she lied a lot, and I ended up shaking my trust in things. She would say it was around the time she began telling me that she was feeling uncomfortable in her room at night. She'd sleep with us sometimes, but we began to put her foot down as she got older. This started when she was 6. She's 10 now and hates sleeping in her room. She tells me that she sees things and hangs blankets up around her bunk bed so that she doesn't look out into her dark room at night. I thought it was pretty typical childhood stuff. All the kids go through periods of wanting to sleep with their parents. Even her friends Emma had claimed to feel unsettled and has seen things. My daughter finally saw something one night. A black creature, she said, in her room that scared her so bad she ran into the bedroom, screaming and crying. I wish I could say I reacted better, but I was in a period of trying to make her sleep in her own space. This was 6 months ago. Around this time my husband had a terrible nightmare about a Civil War soldier stabbing him with a bayonet. He woke up in a pain and had to pray and read the Bible to calm back down. I don't know if this is related at all. He's usually very sensitive to this sort of things, but he hadn't felt anything at all until yesterday. Me? For years I've been seeing ghost cats. A lot of strays are born and die around this area of my home. I thought they were stopping by while passing through the other side, and sometimes would reach out my hand asking if they want to pet. I don't feel like the force has been feeling lately malicious in any way, just more active. I don't feel like for a little context, I've recently come out as being gay, pan with a heavy female lean. My husband is supportive, but we have agreed that this relationship isn't going to be sustainable long term, so we've decided to begin with a separation. I started getting my life together, studying my GED, figuring out what's next, and since hubby started dating again, I moved into my craft room where I keep the things I collect. This is when I started really noticing that things were happening. It started with feeling like someone was watching me late at night, and in the early morning, seeing my door move, the stereo turning on at 3 a.m., and other odd happening with the unusual bumps in the night. Yesterday I went to go to lay down in bed, and large handprints were pressed into the memory foam. It still hasn't gone away, but when I strip the sheet off, it doesn't look like anything to the touch. You feel it. I freaked me out. I asked hubby to sleep with me. Finally, he began to feel it too. He has always been sensitive to the presence of spirits, but he'd never spent much more time in my craft room till now. Twice last night, he sat up with an anxiety and chills, and felt something hop on the bed. But hears that there are ghost cats and someone who loves them. There's a corner of the room that I think the spirit likes. I put a stuffed cat and paper flowers there for him. And so we can cohabitate and be civil. That was just an hour ago. My husband was with me and felt the spirit circling him. For a long time, he also knocked over my little pony during our convo and made hubby's hair stand on end. We don't feel anything evil. It feels like we're just both here and he's curious and wants us to know he's here. So we started to talk to him. I want advice. I don't know what to do or how to do it. I did not want to try again like a Ouija board or anything. I just want advice on where to go from here. So yeah, I think that's it. Just saying, I feel like, if you have ghost cats, I will accept my ghost cats. Sure, I'm fine with ghost cats in my house. Come here, ghost cats. But okay, I understand it could be creepy when running things around your house or falling down. And your poor kid, she was scared, and I understand that, but she slept in your room for 4 years. So yeah, that's kind of what I think is weird. But I hope all you guys enjoyed my new r/ paranormal. So if you guys have any other ideas what I could do on Reddit, don't forget to say it under here. And if you guys had any paranormal experience, also say it in the comments. And if you watch my our entitled parents videos, go ahead and watch them. And if you also have our entitled parent thing, go say it there. Hope you all enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye.